Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfield. We're gonna have to go talk to a religion man. Which is everything I've always wanted. I'm sure. Go talk to the religion man about how his religion might be right. And it's a stupid one, it's not even one of the ones that make sense. We believe in the convergence, and we don't know what that has to do with anything, but we're here and we believe in it.
Oh, yeah?
I do appreciate that not every meter of land is plowed under to build this city. This tree is far too grand for such a fate.
Oh, it's just leading me to... No, his little temple thingy is here.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
Space Scientology, apparently. We need to talk about unity.
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else?
Sorry, you're gonna have to pay $200,000 to know the secrets.
Perhaps we should talk about this inside.
The Sanctum Universe. So do you guys just worship the universe? Is that how that works? Of course, I guess it doesn't have to be a theist religion, right? It doesn't have to believe there is a god, it just kind of worships order? Perhaps? Oh good, we have to sit again. Okay, we can actually sit in this one.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
We're being attacked by a group called the Starborn.
We've lost people, Keeper.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And these Starborn, I take it they're different from the people of the settled systems?
Somehow.
There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
We know it's a stretch, but we hope you can help us.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity.
Was his
I
name
always
Robert
thought it was
Altman?
just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Johnny Space Seed? Let's hear the story then.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave.
Infinitum addendum. That's oddly specific.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
Fine, I'll talk
The
to him.
Enlightened work out of a well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Fine. I don't care. I'll take Adrasia with me. Andrasia, let's go. So I guess I'm gonna get to see more of New Atlantis. It's a little more expansive than I originally thought. Which is good to see.
That scientist out in front of mast, staring at trees, sounds upset. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
What if I don't wanna? It's mast. So I've got to find my way back down there. At least this is bigger than Neon, right?
I'm so excited to see Tony afterward.
What's over here? The well. Okay, we're gonna go to the well first. So this is where we ran through before, where everybody got shot. People wear much more normal clothes down here. Not, well, a tiny bit more normal, not completely normal.
Welcome to the House of Enlightenment. If
Look at
it's
his
about the
sentient
financial
hipster
or
beard.
assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
Keeper Aquila sent me. I need to talk about the pilgrim.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to
What is going
Moses'
on with his
description.
shirt? Let's hear it.
A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions.
It's Jesus.
Philosophy is built on
Space
individual
Jesus.
individuality. What about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And
No.
it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that.
It's not about two. It's not what. It's not about people deciding what is moral. There has to be a moral order, and I believe that's intrinsic to human nature. You know what's right and wrong. Maybe there's a hidden message.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Thank you.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Okay. But let's use theft, for example. Intrinsically, even from children, we kind of know that stealing is wrong, right? That then your baser sense kind of takes over, and you're like, well, I want that, you know? But then if it happens to us, you're like, oh no, that feels bad, and that's based on empathy. It's empathy for the other person. Oh, I know that it feels bad when I steal, therefore I know it is wrong. Right? All of that is sort of intrinsic to the human condition, and then as you get older, those morals kind of shift based on other baser natures like selfishness and things like that. Hello?
Looks like you got some fines to clear out.
Oh no.
I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
This is not what I intended. You gonna tell me what's going on here?
I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information.
Sure.
Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred.
Wait a minute. Do I get teleported?
Whew. Always a satisfying moment. Return to your ship.
I'm telling you, the
Oh.
commander's got plans for this loser.
Soul and stuff.
Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir.
Hey, I don't like you taking my stuff. We were just talking about theft. Hello.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss.
This doesn't look like the local jail.
Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. Seems you had a bit of a reckless past. Always fancied yourself as a wild one, eh? We can work with that. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy.
Sure.
Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs.
Nice and generic. Let's just get to the point.
I will, when I'm ready.
Hey, you're
Now
taking
that
my
we
50
have
caliber. I
that
need
out of the
that.
way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC Systev. Are you familiar with what we do?
Well, I know you kidnap people.
Actually, that's something new we're trying. I figured we needed to branch out a bit, broaden our horizons.
Odd way to do it.
Systev is a division of the UC Navy. Well, they handle the big picture stuff. We deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture.
I have nothing to do with Crimson Fleet.
No, you don't.
I've literally,
Not
you know,
yet, anyway.
blown them up.
We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time.
I've actually heard about this quest. I know what it is. You go and infiltrate, become a pirate, and then you take them over or become the leader of the pirates, I think.
To bring it all down.
This sounds personal.
It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm simply doing what's best for the security of the United Colonies. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine.
Doesn't sound like I have much of a choice.
Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else?
Fine, I'm in.
Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
All right, let's go.
Yes?
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new role, huh?
New mole, huh?
Infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Oh, I'm not too worried.
Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship, and then slowly letting the air out of their suit.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Imagine a worse way to go? I know I could.
Putting you out the airlock
But I
isn't
wouldn't
much
worry
better.
about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right? Alright, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops, Commander Economy.
The what? Oh, okay.
Hey,
Okay, hello.
Yes. What?
I could have joined any division of the UC Navy. I chose SysDev.
Hello.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDev's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
Okay. Impressive ship, but I don't see where I fit in.
Whether this ship is impressive or not, you're the key element that we've been lacking. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
Sure. Get me in a room with him and I'll talk him into anything.
Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Okay.
You'd better hope so.
Sounds simple enough.
Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
You must have quite a bit of confidence in my abilities.
If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
I'll do my best.
I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
Can you explain the code of conduct and ethics?
To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary.
I've never
End of
pulled
the
a
day,
trigger without it being
your
necessary.
primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good.
I can stay the course.
That's what I wanted to hear.
That's why I said it.
It's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
What happens if I get arrested while I'm undercover?
For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines.
Mm-hmm.
As you were.
Pardon. Howdy. Howdy.
Mm. That's why I was getting the wrong.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible.
How much
If you find
evidence
any
do you
records
need
that
of
look
piracy?
suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Sure. Well, why do you need physical
Well,
evidence?
since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a case against our suspects. The more evidence we acquire, the stronger our case becomes. And knowing the Crimson Fleet, they'll leave plenty of evidence for you to find.
I think I understand.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
Sure. Simply trying to understand my task, Lieutenant.
You have to understand that my agitation with the Crimson Fleet comes from personal experience.
I don't actually have to understand
minor
that.
skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
I'll bring you as much evidence as I can find.
That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your
Good.
efforts. It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Off we go. Now where's my goddamn ship?
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Something like that. Wasn't that much ammo that I had actually stolen. Oh. There's no repair function, so actually we're gonna go and we're gonna get our actual good stuff. Which means I need to talk to her. We'll do it when we're down on the planet. Set course. This is a new place. Nice.
Hello. Did you need me to carry something for you?
Oh, fine. We'll do it next time we're on the ship.
I suspect the soul system would be abandoned otherwise.
Oh no, is this the Mars colony? I've been here before.
Look out. Notify us if you see anything suspicious.
Ain't you brave, coming to see a bona fide tracker? Hey, darling. You look like the type who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty.
That's correct.
The Trackers Alliance can always use more bounty hunters to round up and kill wanted criminals. If that feels like your speed, talk to me. Or check out our posts on the mission boards.
I'm looking for bounty hunter work.
So, you're fixing to take yourself on a little bounty hunt. Well, look no further than the Broken Spear. The Trackers Alliance posts jobs on the mission board over there. Big old console, can't miss it. Now, look. Much as I'm itching to get back out there and take down wanted marks on my own,
I like how your
can't help you
spacesuit's
any more
glitching
than
into
that.
the wall.
So, don't come crying to me if you can't hack it, you hear?
I could help you out with a job if you're paying.
Good. Here's the short of it. I'm only stationed here because I made a mistake. Killed the wrong bounty, and the right one got away. It's bugged me ever since. Now, I heard rumors that this no-good, dirty quarry's been lurking around Mars, but I ain't had the good fortune of him strolling on in here. I think he's smart enough to know better. I got a plan in place to find him, but I gotta prove to my other tracker contact that he's here. That's where you come in. Just gotta plant a sensor. No danger to you.
I'm in.
Alright, so you're gonna want to take this here sensor and put it way up at the tippy top of the old Mars launchpad tower where it's nice and unobstructed. You're gonna want to make sure you've got a boost pack to help get yourself up there, else it's gonna be a tough climb. Mars gravity's on the low side, but not that low.
Okay.
It'll track down my Mark's chip signal, assuming he shows, and I'll call in my partner to take care of him. Clear out and come back to me as soon as you're done so you don't spook the quarry. Get it? Got it? Good.
Sounds good. But later. I have things I must do.
Do you imagine anyone actually
working here?